Hey guys, what is good? I wanted to tell you about this new movie I saw on Shudder called Exhuma, directed by Jang Jae-hyun. Sorry. This is the letterbox synopsis. After tracing the origin of a disturbing supernatural affliction to a wealthy family's ancestral gravesite, a team of paranormal experts relocates the remains and soon discovers what happens to those who dare to mess with the wrong grave. Shouldn't it just be to those who dare mess with the wrong grave? Am I an asshole?
Nerd alert!
Anyway, most new horror movies on Shudder fall into one of two categories, either the fun ones, the easy ones, and the upsetting ones, the hard ones, the challenging ones. And a lot of the fun ones tend to just be campy gore fests, kind of like a loving throwback to what we love about horror and slasher cinema, but ultimately can feel a little underwhelming. On the other side though, the hard ones, the challenging ones, they can be so punishing that after a while those can grow overwhelming. Try double featuring Nightingale and Speak No Evil. What a fucking nightmare blunt rotation that would be. So that's my personal experience with most new Shudder horror movies. I had heard some people online raving about Exhuma and put it on my watch list because I was under the impression this would be one of the hard ones, one of the challenging ones. Kind of reminded me of like The Wailing, which was somewhere in the middle, but due to runtime pushes it into the challenging category for me. So I put Exhuma on my watch list and then I never watched it. Not sure why. I've heard good things, I just kept putting it off. Then finally last night I turned out all the lights in my little apartment and I pressed play on Exhuma, and I just wanted to shine a spotlight specifically on this movie and just make a note of how much I liked it and how much it really surprised me. Not because it was better than I thought it'd be, and the quality is what surprised me. No, what surprised me about Exhuma was its tone. This motherfucker is fun, dude. What a fun horror movie. If you like Malignant or in fact, any of James Wan's more campy horror movies, you will love Exhuma. It's not the scariest thing ever, but it's also not really trying to be. What it does try to be and succeeds very well at is being spooky. There is an adventurous quality to the horror, as each new interaction with the paranormal feels like a lead in a case. It feels like the characters are learning as they're being terrified. The careers that these characters have is still a little confusing to me, as all four of our lead characters seem to deal in the supernatural. Two of them, or maybe one and he has an assistant, are geomancers, who basically find graves for those who need to be laid to rest, places that spiritually can give them the most peace in the afterlife. But two of them, brother and sister, are just paranormal investigators sent to help solve what appears to be a generational curse by exhuming his grandfather's remains, as signs point to him being where the curse started in the first place. I'm not going to spoil too much about what this group discovers because going in blind felt very rewarding to me on first watch. The tone of Exhuma, as I mentioned, feels very James Wanian. The visual style is cinematic and fun. The camera moves are flashy and over the top. The paranormal action is spooky, and there really is a mystery here that kept me engaged. Every new scary set piece taught us more about this cursed family. I was super entertained by it. The dynamics between the characters felt fresh but familiar, and the performances, specifically from the sister, played by Kim Go-hyun, and the geomancer, Choi Min-sik, were compelling and fleshed out. It was like the best live-action anime adaptation from an anime that does not exist. The demon is so cool and cartoonish, but when I say cartoonish, I mean like those monsters from Courage the Cowardly Dog or Scooby-Doo that might have scared you when you were really little and you feel silly about it now. I love the mechanics of how these supernatural entities work, and I also love seeing characters in movies be good at their jobs, whatever job that might be. And everyone in this movie is so good at a job that is so ambiguous, but I still bought their skills. I believe them. The way the demon operates and how it's able to move through people was also really cool and reminded me of the demon from When Evil Lurks, another movie you guys would really like that's also fun. It did have some pacing issues. This is entirely subjective, and I could never make a movie this good, but it did sort of lose my attention sometimes, and for how fun 80% of this movie is, I think trimming the runtime and tightening the pace would greatly benefit the overall quality. That's like, give me the brain rot cut, It wasn't that long. It's not like The Wailing. That's the only real critical eye problem I had with it. Otherwise, this movie is fun as hell, and you guys should check it out if you have not yet. It is streaming on Shudder currently. Anyway, just wanted to talk about Exhuma, and if you have seen it, what did you guys think? I hope you guys liked it. And if you did not like it, let me know if this video at least added a separate perspective or an experience that I had with it that you might have not. But like I said, going into this, I had a lot of preconceived notions about what it would be, and if I really, really did want what I thought it would be, I would be a little disappointed at how silly this movie might come off. But I think if you know only the tone going into it, I think you might really enjoy it. That's kind of the purpose of this video. All right, later, guys. Bye.
Ain't in my best yet, just let me work. Lesson good, it's better than worse. Count my blessings, said it was sever the curse. This ain't no regular burn, it's a message, bitch. I've been this clever since birth. Every lesson I learn, I'm a weapon. Came out the box well rested, reverend. Check who suited my dress in.